Hey Vibe Tribe, this is Jess with Life Force Energy. Hello, hello. I know it's been a moment. I haven't been able to get on here because when I had last recorded that video, I went through some major downloads. Like I was out, like I was sick, but I wasn't sick because nobody else caught what I had. But I was down and out for like 5 days. And we all, if you're not familiar, five in the angel meaning represents transformation and that the universe is supporting this transformation. So I went through some major downloads, man. I mean, to the point I could not get out of bed. I haven't eaten. I'm barely getting an appetite, like barely now. Like I was going through so much stuff body wise, so much vibration, electrical surges, exhaustion. They would put me to sleep. I would be in lucid dreaming. I got so much visions, so much I want to talk to you guys about. And the things I'm about to share, I want you to understand that you may find other YouTubers talking about it, may be in Google, I don't know, but this is what I was given intuitively. So everything I'm going to share with you is through vision, is through clairaudience, the ability of hearing divine messages that are being transmuted to me. And then I do my best to write everything down. Like I'm channeling, I'm like writing as fast as I can because I don't want to miss this message. Now, the reason why I know now, well, I know that the reason I couldn't record was because I needed to go through this transformation that I'm going through. And then in the recent days, like literally like a few days ago, yesterday and today and just a few days ago, I've been able to connect to other people who are intuitives and that have had similar messages, because what we did is like the meeting of the minds. We get together and we share what we're given intuitively, and then we start jigsaw puzzles. Like we take our divine messages and we start seeing how they're interlocked, they're linking to create a bigger picture, a greater message. So I'm going to share with you first how this started off with me. I'm going to share from my journal, and this is dated October 15th, 20. I was in a public place with many people. Imagine like if you're at like an event and there's just a bunch of people around you, like almost like a maybe a fair, that feeling. A woman with a mushroom shaped haircut with bleach strands and kind of curly. So she had like a mushroom shaped hair style. And it looked like she has like a jacked up bleach dye job going on. And her skin was like leather, like if she was out too much in the sun, like, you know, people that just can't get enough and they forget to like put on their lotion. So anyways, I'm in this public place and that woman, she intentionally hits me. Like she goes up and she like does that like on purpose. Not like, oh, I'm sorry. Like she's like, bam, you know, like a roller derby moment. And I was like, hey, you know, I push her away because she was getting very into my space. And I pushed her away and I asked her, hey, what is wrong with you? I think you got the wrong person. Because when I looked at the woman's eyes, it's like I'm seeing a human form, but the eyes had this intense darkness, not like just evil, but like a possession. I was trying to get away from the aggressive individual and started walking away. Other women started to surround me and mobbed me, trying to hurt me physically as I did my best to fight them off. Too many women wanting to harvest me. Don't forget that. Harvest me. I fought them off and started to flee. There were people that looked human, but were other entities cloaking themselves. Looked like government camps. People were in lines receiving injections. The reactions was turning into a creature of some kind. The location had metal, then guarded tall wired fences with a huge triangle shape, very tall. I was hiding, running, didn't know who to trust, who wasn't really human. I thought I pushed with my back against the wall. It was a false wall door. There were frightened, weak looking two Caucasian women, super scared. I closed the door immediately to protect the hidden true humans, because those I could tell because the way their energy was, the way they had that look in their eyes, it was very humanistic, that there was not just them they were just closest to the door, but there's literally, I could feel a group of humans hiding behind this false wall. I closed the door immediately and to protect the hidden true humans. I knew there were more humans hiding, so I kept it secret. I kept telling myself, this isn't real. I can change my outcome. Like in my dreams, through lucid dreaming, sometimes I can manipulate the dream to change it if it becomes too much for me to deal with. Because when I'm in this state, you guys, I'm feeling, I'm smelling, I'm really there. All my senses are very active, okay? So I'm trying to now be very conscious, so holding my mindset in this realm that I am in a very deep dream state or I'm in a possible realm. I saw creatures. They were underground and some looked human, but they weren't. I didn't want to stay. I told myself, it's time to fly. I levitated upwards, but I couldn't get to the very top. The creatures wanted to pull me down and keep me. I could see a triangle, and I'm doing my best to levitate. At some point, I thought it was over for me. I made it out and woke up feeling so distraught and emotional. All I kept hearing, we're here. We're here. We're here. And I awake. Well, I'm all fucked up at that point because I'm like, oh my God. And like, I'm here. So I was like calling back my soul fragments because I could totally feel that was defragmented. I could feel, I knew what had happened. And I was like, what is the real message, right? So then, I of course I'm telling my husband and I'm like just bawling at this point because I can remember hearing the screaming, the cries, the sound of like creatures. That's how they communicate. And I couldn't understand it, but it was just too much chaos. And so I was telling him all about it. So then I went into meditation afterwards because I was like, I need to understand this better. Like, what the hell is this? So when I went into meditation, I asked, are these reptilians? Are these skins? And I want to share with you this theory that I got before this dream. Prior, like it was this month in October, I had a vision, or I was given visions whether I'm awake or when I'm literally in a sleep state, that there are humans currently on this planet. And here's two situations. Again, this is what I'm getting intuitively. There are humans that are here presently right now, and people would go, oh, they're not awakened, or they're, I like to say they're low vibration. And I'm not saying like in that they're not spiritual. Like, I mean, I guess that can go into when you're low vibration, but the low vibrations, like the people that know they have a sixth sense, but they've never really accessed it. They've never really practiced it because maybe society, religion, or maybe just fear in itself. And so what I was told that humans that are low vibration, say their life force energy is not balanced. Just like our immune systems. So when our immune systems are compromised, we are susceptible to parasites, to viruses, to bacteria, chronic fatigue, to disease, to illness, disorder, imbalance, mental breakdowns, emotional disparity, physical ailments. Okay, same concept. Now listen to this. When you're a human, you're low vibration, you don't keep your life force up, you're not using your abilities, you're not exercising your power, you are susceptible to these bullies. So there's these entities that are currently right now, and they've always been here, but there is like a lot more than what we may have even been in tune to or aware of, but there's a lot, way more than us on this planet, okay? And there's different influences to save our planet, influences to take over the planet. So, for example, the one who's low vibration, their life force energy is not really there, they're not balanced, they don't clear themselves, they're not even aware, they don't use their abilities. So an entity will find their body and make it as a host. The entity will enter the body and take over the human body so that the human can do the acts that they need him to do to fulfill a mission. So for example, like we've been seeing a lot in the news, besides that people are having emotional breakdowns, I'm not going to pretend that none of that's real, because it is. But I have to share this other side of the coin. That there are also people that are being taken over by entities to do acts to fulfill whatever their purpose are, and it's not for the greater good. At least that's not their drive to do so. So we're seeing like husbands all of a sudden taking out their wives, their whole family. They don't even know why, but they've heard this message. They got taken in, and so they're being dismantled. They're being destroyed. They're dying. Okay. So then, what I was being told intuitively, what I got is that the humans are currently being hosted right now by these entities. They're entering the body along with animals. So animals are being taken over by these entities, which is why the animals have been attacking. I'm sure that we're all saying it's karma because, we fucked up the planet. They're like, you bitches, you ruined everything. We're after you. I'm sure that is also true. Why does it have to be one or the other? Why can't it be all, right? Multiple choice, multiple things. Because we are layered, we're different, and just in our own existence. So yes, there are multiple reasons why things happen. So there are animals that are also being taken possession and are attacking us. And what I'm being told, well, I had to ask all these things because I asked a lot of questions. I wanted to understand myself what I was dealing with. So I'm sorry, I'm going to probably go on tangents because there's a lot of information. I've been getting a lot of channel information, and I'm just trying to figure out how to say it all at once. So, okay. So we have energies, entities, other life beings, sources that are entering the human body to fulfill the acts to not allow our planet to go in its expansion of harmony and love and unity and new growth, new life. We've been in contract for however long, and so we're basically trying to break the matrix is what we're doing right now. Okay, the other thing I was told, harvesting. This is what I was also given. God, man, I had so much Kundalini energy rising inside of me yesterday, all the way, this morning. So I've only had a few hours of sleep. Yes, I know you're probably like, well, that's probably why you're delusional. Maybe, maybe not. So, in regards to those beings that are going to take over the human host to do their acts, they're looking for people like anyone with extraordinary abilities that are awakened and that are ready. So here's the warning that I was told that I need to give. Healers, shamans, light workers, the gifted, the starseed children, the cosmic beings of light, the unique. You know who you are. When you step out or before you step out, you must check whom you're dealing with energetically. Now, people can be spiritual wearing crystals and everything. Hey, just saying. And still can be used as a vessel for influence because they may not have been acting the way that they're showing. The wolf in sheep's clothing is what I was told. So everybody, check whom you're dealing with energetically. Make sure that they are on the mission to alter your consciousness, but for the greater good, for your power and development to help this planet. Because that's what we're here for. To help each other on this planet. If you choose to walk that path. So check. So if you're going to go somewhere, you're going to go to an event. Remember that there are people of different levels of consciousness and how they live in that levels of consciousness. Just because we all like the same thing, we all go to the same event, and we may all be saying the same lingo doesn't mean that that person's consciousness is there. And the reason why I'm saying this is that because I was told that they're going to show up, they're going to use those people to get them into enjoying this life, but they were really here for the wrong. They are the traitors. Well, if we have traitors in history, why would we think there wouldn't be any traitors in this situation right now? So check your people energetically. Shield and clear your homes. There are portals opening everywhere. We've always had portals. We've always had ways to access energy. We've got scientists from our past and current scientists now. They're learning how to create wormholes and portals, and that they're acknowledging that there are, certain places on this planet with pyramids and other stones that are aligned to the astrological the stars that are in our system, that they were placed in position on purpose in different parts of the planet because everything's going to be like this big old antenna tower, okay? And so keep in mind that right now we're going to have portals opening like on your street, in the trails. Like literally, like I saw, and it was so crazy. I saw like, you'll be driving in the middle of the street, and then it's just going to go. Now, some people will go through the portal and not remember what they were given because they literally just time traveled. I know I have no proof. This is all intuitive, okay? So take it with a grain of salt if you want. But they're going to go in, get some kind of information, or get loaded with some kind of necessities of tools into the body, and then they are going to funnel right through back into this existence. Now, that's one way that it's also being used. The other way is that there is currently other life beings from other locations, not just this planet, I mean outside of our planet, that are funneling in and out in different ways. Underground, in the water, in the mountain ranges, in the trails, in trees, in homes. You may be starting to see people, more apparitions, or what creature, they look more creature-like to me. Some look like insectoids with another kind of creature. That's the best way I can illustrate. There's a multiple of different kinds that are currently on the planet. So you got to shield. If you don't know how to do that, learn. Take a class. Read a book. Pay a shaman. Get a shamanic mentor. Talk to a Native American tribe. Learn, go outside of what you think is all that you ever needed to know. There is more. Expand your mind, expand your skill sets, get your intelligence to grow. Go deeper. There's more. Don't be shallow anymore. You can't afford it. And I'm not talking about money. So what I'm saying is that there's going to be openings that are going to allow people to run through and pull out. So shield, ground, whatever you've been taught by your ancestors to protect and don't, do it. Halloween is no joke. Okay, this Halloween's the real deal. We haven't seen a good Halloween like this since Salem. And what I mean by that is that there was the time where there was certain power forces so strong. It's happening this Halloween. So I'm going to be doing a lot of work that day. And you definitely should take it seriously. And if you don't, you'll find out on your way. So protect and shield. Be aware that there are people that are in skins. In other words, there's going to be people that will have some form of entity in them. So even those that you think are there for you could come against you and be used, and they may not even know it, or may not even be aware of it. And some will figure it out later. I was told that skins are also, besides that we're the regular human host, check this out. Those creatures, those beings, those other entities, whatever you want to call them, will be wearing skin. And that's what I heard, skin like us. So people that were never even supposed to exist in this timeline, there's no freaking birth certificate, death certificate, there's no social, there's like no record of them. They're going to exist. They're already existing right now. They'll just come in. They're like spies. They're like here to infiltrate. They're like here to do things on a spiritual realm that will affect the physical realm. So they're around. Some of you can already see them. I was told that some of you already know when you look at the person that you can see the defragmentation, that you can see the aura. You can see what looks like it's just jagged spectrums of light. And that you can feel that if it's invasive and that it's violent. And then you can see the ones that are not. So I know there's people out there because they showed me it. You guys exist. Now, here's what I got. I had asked some questions. I said, I was able to levitate. They said, yes. In that timeline where they take humans to change them to another form. I said, what? Yeah, skins are ETs able to shapeshift is what I asked. Because I was like, what is this? What does this all mean? Yes, we will be. Humans can be harvested on this timeline by ETs. And they will be tricking you through wearing these skins or taking host. Both. Are the scans currently here, is what I asked. Yes. Was this a warning of alien life to take over human life? Yes and no. So initially, yes, but it is actually the ones that are coming through as our future selves. We are their ancestors, but they're our ancestors too. So yes, but we're going to be a different evolution with them, a different hybrid. The shots I saw, is this to promote alien-human hybrid? I got yes. The people I saw online in the vision was this volunteer? No. Were they abducted, kidnapped, taken? Yes. It's to take over the human as a host with upgraded alien abilities, intelligence, and technologies. I was in another timeline? Yes. Does this timeline still exist in its natural course? Yes. This is a message of confirming hybrids currently on this planet and timeline. We are currently being warned that the harvest is plenty and we are not alone. Earthlings have alien DNA. We will be activated already or already being activated. I know it sounds crazy. You know what? It could be a fucking movie. All right. So you guys can take it, believe it or not. But what I have learned with these messages that I'm given, not everything has to be literal. There's symbolism and there's truth. It's a warning. It's to open the mind, to convert the heart to a different transformation. And so I needed to get on here because I was told that I need to warn all of you light workers, all the healers, all the ones that have it. You know your tools, use them. You know your intuition, stick with it. And above all things, check what you're dealing with. Even in the Bible, it talked about we have the power to ask if it's, of light or is it of darkness, and that the laws of attraction, that we must be given the answer correctly or with honesty. We also know that there is records, like I said, like in the Bible, where people had possession taken over, whether it's through the Holy Spirit or if there was some kind of entity, or as shamans were helping the kings, even documented in the Bible. So check whom you're dealing with. Check the energy. Just because someone may want to do certain things with you, make sure that that person karmically in your timeline right now is here to serve with you, for you, and not against you. Because I'm hearing there's a huge war. There's a big war that's happening right now. You just can't see it. And those who can see it, they get glimpses. Like I get glimpses. I get tidbits. And I'm like, just minding my own business, washing my dishes. I'm, driving, and I'm getting these visions, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? But the reason why I felt comfortable enough to come out and talk about it is because the people that I've been talking to have actually had very similar messages delivered maybe a little differently. Doesn't matter, right? Because you can get the news through social media, reading the newspaper, your neighbor, seeing it on your own. So there's different ways of getting a message. Still, it's a message. And I was told with such urgency, especially because I was talking to a couple amazing beings that I'm working with. I love them. I adore them. I honor them in their mission. And I'm so proud to be a part of their journey and that they're part of mine. But when we were talking, and it's like the meeting of the minds, we exchange what we see, what we feel, what we hear, what we're experiencing. And then we start seeing the validity. We see that we're interlinked. We're seeing that there is consistencies. And then we're seeing where there is missing information, but now it's creating a bigger story. So be mindful that we are still in human form. So even though you have powers and all these wonderful things, don't allow your ego, your 3D human self, convolute being cautious and wise and intuitive and checking in. So check. Check, is this person really for me? Are they against me? Are they on the same... Where are they? Like, check their heart, check the karma, check the person, check to see if there's anything of energy that is not really to serve you. Okay, so I wanted to get on here and share that because I want you guys to just to be mindful. There's a lot to happen. Okay, I'm saying Halloween's going to be big. You could use that, all of you who are in the path of building up this planet and saving humanity along with yourselves and your family. Use Halloween as a time, celebrate, have a good time, but don't you forget, protect, shield, intent. Protect, shield, intent, create. Create. Okay, there's a lot happening. There's a lot to happen. You guys just watch. Everyone's like, the veil's thinning, the veil's thinning. It's going to get to a point where it's going to be, the veil won't be there, and you're going to actually see all the truths that are really here. 2020 is about having clear vision. So everyone thinks that all this shit that's going on that we're talking about, like that's everyone's trending about some bullshit that's going on, that it didn't exist. It has existed. It's just that now it has to come out. We're now having to deal with it. It's no new news, basically. It's old news that's finally, it's like an SOS message that's finally getting to the rest of the consciousness. Like, oh shit, this has been happening all along? Yes, it has. So I just wanted to get on here just to remind you guys, those who are here to serve the planet, humanity, to bring justice to those that need to be saved in their own way, and however way you're meant to play in this role. Protect yourselves, be intuitive, shield, check everything. Don't allow your ego to be like, oh, I'm such a badass, because you are, but don't think. Remember the Trojan horse, someone could slip in and make you think that they're there for the greater good, and the greater good was to get you. And I hate delivering these kind of messages. I'm not that woman that likes to deliver those kind of messages, but damn, after the conversations I had this weekend and this morning, they're like, you see, you can't be quiet. We're going to hold your ass accountable for not saying what you were supposed to say. So I'm like, oh no, I don't want to be held accountable, but I don't want to deal with the madness. But you know what? You all need to know. So there's a lot happening, and it's not just going to be on Halloween, people. We have 12/21, our winter solstice. Big changes, guys. Big, magnificent changes, but I'm calling it to be for my greatest and powerful good, for my blessings, my abundance, my protection. I'm calling it, receiving it with grace, with ease, with no pain to gain, without any problems or troubles with the law, with anyone, anywhere, at any existence, at any time. I am shielded, I am strong, I am empowered, I am blessed, I'm anointed, and I live in my purpose. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is, and so shall it be. And I say the same for all of you. Many blessings to you all. Love, insight, and healing. Bye.